G'day folks, just a quick update. I've recently started a job search. What's the best way to search for jobs these days? Most people tackle job hunting by scrolling through LinkedIn or having a chat with a recruiter, then crossing their fingers. But let me show you a better way. Well, at least in the way I do it. Not saying you should jump ship just yet, but it's smart to have a backup plan for when things get a bit rainy. Let me fire up my N8N console and show you how I use a automation workflow with two AI agents that are searching and scoring the jobs for me. Sharing N8N with someone is pretty straightforward. Just head to the settings, click on the settings button, and choose to download a template. This will save the workflow as a JSON file. If you want to share it, simply send the JSON file to the person you like to share the file with. When they receive it, all they need to do is import it from JSON in the N8N console, and the workflow will be populated into a new project. We've also recently started a Discord channel and X account. If you like this template to send your way, just drop a message on Discord or X and I will send the template across. Let's talk about what happens when you land in the N8N console and open up the LinkedIn job search project. You will see the basic building blocks of the job search automation workflow. Let's run the workflow in test mode and see how it all works. First of all, there's an RSS feed pulling in LinkedIn job search results on a regular schedule. The first AI agent, which I call the job post extractor, grabs the key info from the RSS feed, which has some content in HTML, and converts it into a nice structured JSON format. Next, the second agent steps in. It takes the extracted job details and checks them against my resume, scoring each job for how well it matches my experience and skills. The final step is uploading all the scorings and job info into an Airtable. When you open up the Airtable, you will see all the job details pulled in: publication dates, job ID, LinkedIn company name, job title, job link, so you can click through to the original post, experience level, required skills, responsibilities, and company benefits. The AI agent scores each job based on how well my CV matches the listed responsibilities, experience, and skills, plus any extra benefits the company offers. Smash all those scores together and you get a final score for each job. The AI also checks if the company offers remote working or other flexible arrangements. If you are keen on building a dashboard, you can use AI to generate job search insights for you on Airtable as well. At the top, you will see the total number of jobs analyzed from the RSS feed, the average final job score, and the number of top scoring jobs. There's also a breakdown of open roles by company, so you know who's hiring the most. And by experience level, turns out most openings are for senior or mid-level roles, with the junior and the director positions being a bit thin on the ground. You can track how many jobs are posted per day based on your search criteria, and see top ranking skills for your target position. For my search criteria, it's usually Python, SQL, AWS, and no surprise, generative AI. Now, to get N8N workflow up and running, you will need to prepare three things. The first one is the LinkedIn job search RSS feed. Head over to the website called rss.app. This handy tool lets you create an RSS feed based on your LinkedIn job search criteria. Just finish your LinkedIn search, copy the URL, paste it into the rss.app, and hit generate. Then your RSS feed is ready. The second one is having the access to a large language model. You will need a chat model to power the agents. You can pick any LLM from OpenAI, Google Gemini, Anthropic, DeepSeek, whichever works for you. I chose Gemini here because Google has got a generous free tier for Gemini API calls, which allows me to run this workflow almost free. The third step is to grab the Airtable API from the Airtable console. Once you got this sorted, you will be able to run the workflow in your own N8N account. With those three bits in place, you're all set to automate your job search like a pro. Now, let's break down each building block in the workflow. The first one is the schedule trigger. This is where you set how often you want the job runs. I will set mine to run every once a day at a certain time, but you can go as frequent as you like, even down to seconds. Once you set up the trigger, you can go to the next step, which is the RSS feed. Simply head over to LinkedIn and search for your dream job, say AI engineer in San Francisco. Once the results are up, copy the search URL and paste it into rss.app. Hit generate. You will get a feed URL. Pop this feed URL into the second block in NAM and hit execute. The output will include columns like creator, title, link, publication date, and content. The job post itself comes through in the content as a single HTML payload. I also got this limit block here, mainly for the testing purposes. So each RSS feed will contain 25 job posts. During the development, if you don't want to process all 25 job posts, you can set these limit blocks to process only two or three for the testing purposes. The next one is the agent block. Here's where the magic happens. The agent gets a system prompt. You are an AI recruiter. Your task is to read the latest LinkedIn job feed and summarize the role content into multiple fields. We grab the job title and the role content from previous blocks. The agent is told not to make up information if it's missing, so to minimize the hallucinations. The input parser uses an open API schema, tells the LLM to stick to the structured output, job title, company name, experience level, skills, etc. In this open API schema, we also state which fields are required or optional. Now let's move on to the second agent. This agent gets a more detailed prompt, including my resume. You can just upload your PDF resume to ChatGPT or Gemini and ask it to generate a JSON format. Once you got that covered, you can just paste it into the prompt section of the agent block. The agent is also told you are an experienced recruiter. Your task is to read the candidate's resume and score the job against the resume. It scores each criteria, including skills, responsibilities, experience, benefits from 0 to 100, using a calculator tool if needed. The final score is calculated based on the weighting assigned to each criteria. Similar to the first agent, we assigned a structured output parser to the agent, ensures everything stays in a structured format. The last step is to upload the result to Airtable. You can select your base and the table name from Airtable and set up the column mapping. I use GUID and the link as the unique identifiers. So any combo of these counts as a single record. If you update columns in Airtable, just click refresh to fetch the latest names. Then drag and drop the input from the second agent into the relevant fields. And that's the whole workflow. If you've got questions, leave a comment in Discord channel or X, follow the channel and drop me a message. Thanks for watching and I will catch you next time.